discipline, and I watch Jocko Willico every day. And I sit there and I'm like, you have to eat today's sandwich. You have to make your bed. You make your bed. That's a win. That's like, okay, dude. Like, Jocko, chill, man. I get it. Make my bed, dude. I already got it. You've read that right. I don't want you to join the military. What is up, guys? You're tuning in to Nikki MGTV for another video. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below if you have questions. But as always, let's go right into this topic. Why I don't want you to join the military. Now, people are very shocked by this. I want to give the situation that we have at hand here. You've got recruiters. You've got you guys that are looking to join. And they have an incentive that you guys don't trust because of historical, understanding that recruiters are going to lie to you, right? Even though there's the internet and a lot of misinformation without much credibility out there, which you'll see, especially on the Reddit, where people will just talk, well, I heard a buddy about this or that, and then you read a million threads and hear 5 million different things. But to get through this, okay, a lot of people tell me their situations about, like, their finances, their health, their childhood, their education, whatever it is. And the reality that I have is, actually, I'm going to take the mic off for this one. This is Papa Nikki coming at you. When the mic comes off, you know it's serious. Little monologue here. All right, I don't want you to join, okay? Not because it's a bad thing, right? I don't want you to join because there is always something better, right? There's always, is the military the best option? Not always, okay? And I want to be fair because I have no incentive to recruit you guys. I do this out of all of my own personal experience that I share on here on the internet, okay? So that's why I don't want you to join, because I am wanting to counteract whatever the recruiter is telling you and balance it out. So you are making a logical decision, because a lot of what I say, I tell on this channel, and I try and keep it as factual and non-emotionally based as possible, because there's a lot of objective things you have to look at. And the reality is, I, as somebody that has had this happen to me, where people try to tell me, don't do it, don't do it. Like when I was trying to become an independent duty corpsman, I had a lot of people that were like, you sure you want to do that? You really want to, is this what you're trying to do? Or are you sure? And I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And like, I just kept being amped up, just being an idiot, just saying, yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it. So if you can continue that, against all people saying to you, don't do it, that way I set you up to make you think it's going to be one of the worst things, and then when it's actually better, you're going to be like, this isn't too bad. There's so many times, and I'll give perspective as far as like my siblings. They constantly, when I was in elementary school, they're like, oh, can't wait for you to get to middle school. There's fights every day. Kids are going to pick on you. It's dangerous. They scared me. And so when I got there and I didn't see anything really going on, there were some fights, every now and then, but realistically, like, I was looking at it, I was like, that wasn't scary. And then same thing with high school, like, oh man, all these kids are fighting, they're doing drugs, and so the same thing goes in the military. You're gonna have a lot of people just not scare you, but I think they're trying to prepare you for the worst, so that way when you get there, you are just ready for anything coming at you, okay? And I'm not trying to exaggerate really either, just trying to put it in the reality, if you guys don't notice in my videos. But what I want to get to as far as why I don't want you to join is because there are opportunities out there. I think a lot of people that are looking at their resources maybe sometimes in the wrong light, as far as schooling options, as far as money options, as far as all this stuff goes, because I've met people that have actually came in and they're frustrated because they didn't, keep the job they had where they made $20,000 more and they could still live comfortably and, live in their hometown. They could have bought a house. They could have already had their cars or whatever, and it's just one of those things like, sorry, dude, you signed up to make less money, but what do you value more? And then also I want to say, as far as educationally, there's a ton of resources to get people through college. So many that it baffles me looking back. I'm like, man, why didn't I take that option or that option? And I was just so ready to like jumpstart my life so quick that this was like what I ended up going into. Luckily, I like it. And also, I want to say a lot of you guys are fearful of if you will hate the military, but I'm like, well, what if you love it? Like that's another thing that most people don't even think about, because they're so worried about the worst thing that can happen. They don't even ever think about the best thing. But it's all perspective. And that goes into some other stuff I want to discuss about why I don't want you to join. And a lot of people are like, Nikki, I'm looking to serve for something bigger than myself and discipline, and I watch Jocko Willico every day. And I sit there and I'm like, you have to eat today's sandwich. You have to make your bed. You make your bed. That's a win. That's like, okay, dude, like Jocko, chill, man. I get it. Make my bed, dude. I already got it. Joining for discipline, joining for these structure things, I think once you join the military and you realize it's almost like the military creates a caste, right? Like you're kind of, before you join the military, for some people are kind of broken, like a broken arm. And then you gotta have a caste just sit there as a structure around it while it molds and heals and becomes strong, right? That's what this is for some people. Some people are pissed off because they have to wear the cast for 4 weeks. Some people are mad because they got to be in the military for 4 years and let that cast sit, or that military sit, to realize the potential that they had. If you guys haven't seen, I've talked in previous videos where the military was a key to, it was like someone gave me the key and said, go open that door over there. And I was like, that door? And yeah, go open that door. It's really easy. You just turn it. It's going to unlock and you open it and then you'll be there. Trust me. You have to take a couple steps there, but you'll get it. And so then you go over there, you open that door and you're like, God, there's lights everywhere. There's birds flying. It's chirping. The blue skies. There's opportunity out here. And honestly, you realize very quickly that you don't need the cast, that you don't need the mold, that you don't need anything to keep you disciplined to meet where you want to be at. Because either way, you're going to work really hard, whether it's in the military or out of the military. In the military, you're going to be much more regimented and required to do these things. Whereas if you're willing to put that pressure on yourself and that discipline to continue what you're doing, for a lot of people that write me, they're like, hey, man, I'm working a part-time job and school full-time, and this is overwhelming. And I'm like, well, you're still going to be overwhelmed whether you join the military or you do the schooling option, because, but at least you may have more financial comforts as far as being in the military. But it's all what perspective you're looking to take into it. So, again, I don't want you guys to join the military because I always think there's something better. You know what I mean? Like, even right now, like, I constantly look at other jobs I could be doing right now, and I'm like, is it really that much better than I weigh my options? Every time I'm done for enlistment that I've re-enlisted so far, my third one, I was just like, is this the best? And I was like, looking around, and I'm like, yeah, for me it is right now, And so a lot of people are fearful of them making decisions in the micro sense of like, I've got to do this and this and this and this, and then it's going to lead this big macro movement. I'm like, honestly, we make a lot of micro movements every day of like, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to do, workout, I'm going to do X, Y, or Z. And it's not these big monumentous moves that you're making. It's very small ones that you're making that lead you to the goal. But overall, I'm happy with my decision of joining. And I don't feel like this is for everybody. This lifestyle that I live, as I look back and I reflect on people that have been in, and there's people I've met where within a day of knowing them, I'm like, you're not going to make it. You should probably just do your enlistment and get out. And you'll see that. It's not because I don't want them to be in. It's just this organization is not for everybody. And there's people that make it through boot camp, base school, fine. Obviously, it's there to weed people out that probably shouldn't be here. Because that's just how it is. I just want to reassure you guys that like this may not be for you, and if I can prepare you for anything, mentality-wise for the military, it's expected to be tough. And I tell people all the time, I can tell you the proper form of push-ups. I can tell you where it's going to hurt when you do a push-up. I can tell you the pitfalls, the successes, how people did this and that to do more push-ups. And you could read about it, write about it, watch videos on push-ups all day, but you have to do push-ups to get there. And I kind of took that analogy from Gary Vaynerchuk because it applies to the military directly. Like you can't try out the military. This is something you're going to just dive right into it, and going from MEPS, A school, it's going to fly so fast that you guys aren't even going to realize it. That honestly, your 4-year contract is going to be up before you know it. Your first year is breaking you into the military and getting to know it. Your second, third year, are you actually living the military. Your 4th year is you preparing to get out. And that's realistically what a 4-year contract is like. So, for the most part. But I hope this video maybe calms some nerves for some of you guys, and to reassure your nerves for a lot of people joining. Realize this: there's somebody that's done it, that's had a harder time than you, had more barriers, or even if you think of the moment right now, there's somebody doing what you want to be doing and has done it for years. So don't be scared of the challenge. Take it on. Hopefully this inspired some of you guys a little bit that it'll be okay. Don't freak out. You're not making a wrong decision. You're probably just making the best decision with what you have. And if I can prepare you by saying, hey, check everything. Make sure that this is for you. Make sure that you're willing to realize you're going to be up at 12 to 4 a.m. sitting at a desk, waiting for someone to cross the quarterdeck entry of a building just to sit there for 4 hours as a mock duty watch to train you to be good watchstanders, or the principle of cleaning every Thursday and the principles of making your bed and having your own spit shine, it's just one of those things of like, you have to understand there's a lot of stuff that's like that. And if I can project that on you that is going to suck, then so be it, I'll do it. But anyway, this is very much a monologue rant type thing, but oh well. It's not a traditional video that comes here on Nicky MGTV, but if you guys do have questions, you guys can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. See you next time.